Hello and welcome to Sunny Beaches. We're going to take a tour of the garden today. It is Sunday, April 19th, 2015, and it's a lovely day. And things have finally gotten to the point where the garden beds have dried out enough that we can start working with them. So we'll take a look around and see what's going on. We are at the far corner, I guess, the furthest reaches of the garden, in what we call the outer garden. And what we've got here is a couple of beds of raspberries, where I've just gone through the process of chopping back the canes. I don't let any of the year-old canes stay, so we only get the one late harvest, which is what we're looking for. I don't we pick mainly to freeze, so we don't want a bunch of little harvests during the season. We get about 5 or 6 gallons of raspberries out of these beds every year. So, well, we mostly use the raspberries for smoothies. We've taken to having smoothies a couple mornings a week. And so we need more kinds of berries than just raspberries. So we've planted some blueberries here just today. And I put down some soil acidifier on there. We've got 4 different varieties here. I won't bore you with the names because I don't remember them. And next to that, we've got strawberries that went in last fall. So they all came through the winter. We put some row cover over that, and we had plenty of snow cover to protect them. So I hope you can see there, we've got electric fence up, and we put some cloth strips on the fence and spray that with deer repellent. They don't like the smell of it. I don't like the smell of it either. But that has worked to keep the deer away. We were having a problem. So we've got a few beds here that have received no attention yet. Over here we have tomato cages. Too early for those. This is our bed of overwintered spinach, which is doing better than we've ever had overwintered spinach do before. So it looks like we should get some stuff to pick there before too long. In the greenhouse, or hoop house, our big problem at the moment is it tends to get too warm in here. So I've cracked open the door at that end as far as it'll go, with the lumber stacks being in the way behind it. And this one is propped up. And hopefully we'll get some cross ventilation now and keep the temperatures down. These are potatoes that I featured in a previous video. And they are doing, well, what I hoped they would do, in that they're developing leaves for the most part. We've got a couple. Where'd they go? There. Where I planted whole potatoes without sprouts, and they're coming through. So far so good on those. Onions along the edge there that I planted. We've had some flats that we moved out from the house, of this and that. I recognize broccoli or cabbage there, but I'm not sure what some of the others is. And some more here that's being protected. It's just moved out today, and we're protecting it from the light a little bit. So we have 2 plantings of spinach here. And the first one, I only got the one plant in the corner down there. But the second planting, we have quite a few little spinach plants coming up. So that's working pretty well. There's our arugula and pak choi. There are a few carrots in here. I need to do some weeding. It's going to be raining for the next few days, so I'll have time to do that, and some lettuce that's coming along slowly. And the second planting of lettuce, we've got a few there, it's not great, and a couple of carrots, and more pak choi, and at the far end, and arugula closer. And some non-edibles over there. And here. Hens and chicks. And a hosta wintered over in here. Alright. Daffodils along the front of the greenhouse are coming up, and there's also some daylilies that are just starting in there. It's kind of crowded. And garlic is doing well. So I've got a protective cage here that's 4 by 4 feet, and so because we had problems with voles years ago, and if we didn't protect the garlic, well, they just would disappear. But we haven't seen the voles for quite a while, so I took a risk and planted some garlic here outside the cage, and it all survived the winter just fine. So the cage is a pain. And it obviously limits us to what we can grow, and we need more garlic. So we'll be growing some outside the cage, and we'll probably use the cage as a backup just to make sure that we don't lose our entire crop if the voles come back. So we've managed to clean out a couple of beds here. This is an asparagus bed. I cleaned the last year's growth out just today and put some leaf mold on, and cleaned up this bed, added some compost, and planted peas there today along this trellis. And nothing going on here yet. And prepared this bed, and we've got onion plants that came from down south, ordered from Johnny's, and so I finally had a chance to stick those in the ground again just today. So hopefully they'll perk up a little. Hi, kitty. And finally out here, this was really our first project weekend, is the pond. And so we just got the pump in. There was ice in the bog area until the middle of last week, but that finally melted, so we cleaned all the leaves and other debris out of there, and reinstalled the pump, so our waterfall is back. And I'm not sure if you can see over there, all 4 of our goldfish did survive the winter, so we were really happy about that. We did use a little heater and an aerator to keep them happy over the winter. So, but not much plant activity there yet. This is our new Japanese maple that hopefully also went through the winter all right. But a casualty we did have is our new deck here. As I showed in an earlier video, we have a metal roof, and snow slides off and comes down with a big thump, although this year it came down with a bigger thump than it ever has before. And something has gone wrong here. So something has broken or settled or something, and I'm going to have to take this apart to some degree and see what's going on under there. We've got one board that's actually broken here. And even on my old deck, which has been there for years and years and years, I've got some boards that broke under the impact of the snow and ice that came down off the roof. And that's never happened before. That's the tour for now. Thanks for watching.